Oh, cool. Ghostbusters headphones. Do they help you listen to the podcast now?
No, Chris. What helps you listen to the podcast is silence.
Drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain. Just saving the city and feeling the strain.
Hello, welcome to the last of the Petty Cash. My name's Darren McQuade, the Magic Ghostbuster, and this is the magnificent
Chris Carter from the Spirit of 84 and South in on Sea Ghostbusters.
So, Chris, how you been?
Not too bad, mate. Under the cosh at work as always. Little bit older, a little bit tireder, but other than that, all good.
Wiser?
Never wiser.
No.
Never wiser. I wouldn't be sitting doing this otherwise.
No, that is absolutely true. So today we are talking about our top 10 Stay Puft merch items. We are mainly concentrating on Stay Puft, and we think we'll probably do mini puffs another time.
Yeah.
I think, just give us something different. What have you bought this week?
What have I bought this week? So, couple of little bits and pieces, nothing major. The new Funko Pops, I finally managed to get hold of these, the GB2 ones. So I already had Vigo, was struggling to get Peter, Egon, Winston. So managed to pick those up at Forbidden Planet. As I say, for some reason they seem extremely difficult at the moment. A lot of the stores like Smith's.
Yep, Smith's are got the best Funko Pop ever made, which is Lord Vigo. Bow down to Lord Vigo, Chris.
Yeah, bow down, yeah.
Yeah, for some reason they only stock Vigo. They don't have the 4 Ghostbusters, but Smith's Toy Shop, which is a toy shop here in the UK for our international viewers, I don't know how widely spread Smith's is. They had the same sort of issue with the real Ghostbusters. They had Peter and Egon. They never stopped Ray or Winston.
No,
so
very odd. I mean, you can, when you do pick these up from Smith's, they tend to be really cheap, cheaper than anywhere else.
My Vigo wasn't.
Full
price.
Yeah, my Vigo as well. I paid full price, but I think Dino and a few of the other guys that are watching at the moment have been picking them up for sort of £5, something like that.
Yeah.
So in all fairness, you know,
bargain.
He is a bargain basement demigod, isn't he?
I'm going to kill you. I'm actually thinking of buying some extras.
Yeah.
And putting like Vigo the Cosplaythian.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't know, I do cosplay as Vigo. And yeah, he's the best character in the entire franchise. So should we move on?
Yeah, what else?
I got some Middle of Beyond shirts.
Nice.
Now I bought this one, I can't actually remember, I might have showed this one off in a previous episode, but I bought this one.
No, I don't believe you have.
This was a vintage bargain.
Yeah.
I got it for £15.
Nice.
Middle of Beyond stuff is from America, and you know, it's always good quality. You know, they're not your sort of £5 shirts. But what kills it for us is the postage.
Postage,
so when you find something on,
on
Vinted, yes, short sleeve shirt. I really like the design. And then I've got this one, which is a medium, which is one of their flannel shirts. Unfortunately, this one is a little tight for me.
No shit. Medium, yeah.
You can feel the love. I can feel the love in this episode. Yes, so, but to be fair, the flannel shirt isn't really my style anyway, so it was more of a collectible thing.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, I do like the flannel shirts at Middle of Beyond.
Well, you're not going to fit into a medium, are you? So you can't have it.
Maybe not today.
The only other thing I got was one of the Spirit Halloween jackets.
Nice.
Vinted as well, and I think I paid £20 for this, which again, I can't remember what they charge for these in Spirit Halloween in America, but again, you know, to import them, obviously eBayers tend to whack, you know, a hefty price tag on.
Still tagged?
Yeah, still got the tag. It's got the patches, so you can change it from Spengler to Venkman and all that, and yeah, it's a pretty decent jacket. I mean, I can't complain for 20 quid.
No,
certainly.
That's a bargain. Yeah. And the only other thing I've got this week, which obviously to Darren's absolute disgust, is I can't succumb to peer pressure. Yes, and I bought the Ghostbusters Crocs. I know he's disappointed in me.
Yeah, when people say, why is there no more episodes of Last of the Petty Cash, this is why.
Yeah, but as I said once before, you know, the Ghostbusters, I was always going to get a pair, I suppose. And yeah, you know, they're not everybody's taste. I'd never have worn a Croc beforehand if it wasn't for the fact they plastered Ghostbusters all over it. So yeah, they had me there straight away. But yeah, pretty cool thing. I said they was going to be a shelf warmer, but I have actually been wearing them. So yeah, I've now fallen into unknown territory. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I can say without our podcast getting cancelled for community standards violations.
Lord Vigo is lost for words. Or anyway, words that he can actually use on here. So
yes. Well, shall we move on to Stay Puft?
Yeah.
There wasn't any Stay Puffs on those Crocs, was there?
Yes, there was a Stay Puft on the Crocs. Yeah. I bought that extra, a little Stay Puft lurking behind the building. So, yeah.
I don't know what to say. Right, well, Stay Puft. Right, so there's obviously been a few Stay Puft items released over the years, and we're going through our top 10, and this is probably more top 10 of stuff we could find in reality, because there's probably another 20 things that we couldn't find because they're buried behind other stuff that probably would have made this list. But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff. Now, the thing that always interests me about Stay Puft merch is Stay Puft in the film has a pretty simple face when you think about it.
Yeah.
And yet, how different does the faces
without that. Yeah, the faces, I think, body shape. There's a lot of issues with body shape as regards Stay Puft. And, I mean, he is possibly one of the most iconic characters.
Yeah.
You know, the moment anyone sees Stay Puft, it's Ghostbusters, they know it's Ghostbusters. Yeah. So that was some really, really clever writing by Mr. Aykroyd, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And design-wise, I mean, it's such a simple design, and they say simple is always the best, and I think that's proof. There's nothing complicated about the design or anything. It's just a white, chubby sailor with a blue bib. Does the blue bib actually have a specific name?
I don't know. No, there must be a name for it, but I really don't know what it was. We will have to refer back to the man that knows all, Mr. William Bryant, at some stage. I mean, William did say that he will come on a podcast. Yeah. So I'm sure we'll have a live evening with Bill.
That will be fun. And just in case you don't know who Bill Bryan is, you should do. He is the man who made and wore the Stay Puft costume on the original movie. Yeah. And absolute nice guy. We met him at Comic Con. When was that? About 4 years ago? Four
or so years ago. Yeah, I'd met him previous to that. More likely about 10 years before that. I was fortunate enough when I was out in California and that, you know, we got together and went out for dinner a couple of times. And yeah, I mean, Bill is just one of the nicest. In all fairness, most people in Ghostbusters are really, really nice, but Bill is great fun to hang out with. He's a little. I don't think he'll mind me saying, but it was his 71st birthday yesterday, and he's still a party animal. He gets out.
Yeah. I can't believe he's 30 years younger than you.
Yeah, I know, 30 years younger than me. Yeah. But no, he's an absolute legend, and hopefully we'll get to see Bill again over here in the UK. And if you get a chance, meet the man.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is absolutely a diamond.
And it's funny, like you look at him, and I think Ernie Hudson's the same, like, because Ernie's 70 something, isn't he? And you look at them and. Like, are they drinking from the fountain of youth or something? Because there's no way you'd look at them and think they're like 70s.
Yeah, well, Bill, I think, drinks from the fountain of talent as well, because the man sings, he plays harmonica, he paints. His model making skills are absolutely incredible, and a lot of you may or may not know he does Heidi Klum's Ghostbusters costumes for the past few years.
Viral
not Ghostbusters, Halloween costumes, I should say. As I say, the man is an absolute genius.
And he did come back to Frozen Empire as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
so
he did.
Done, a lot of the design or puppetry on that.
Yeah, and he's highly, highly regarded and thought of within the community, amongst his peers as well. So, absolute legend is Bill.
Yeah, right, so before we get into naming our top 10, we do have a question from one of our viewers.
Okay.
So I'm just going to wrestle with my phone now to try and get the question up. That was actually surprisingly quick. Normally it takes me 10 minutes and I have to edit this out. Alright, so this is from Matthew Lavagna. How do you feel about the idea of an integral set between Sorry, I've said that wrong. Sequel, prequel, interquel, set between Ghostbusters 2 and Ghostbusters Afterlife, a film set in the early 90s which sees the return of the original team as their younger selves. I think it could work either as an animated feature or perhaps as a live-action movie which incorporates AI de-aging. Perhaps it could even be done by filming stand-ins dressed up as the original team and then using AI to give them the facial appearance and voices of the real actors. The way AI is improving, I think it's a possibility. So I have my own thoughts on this. Chris, do you have any thoughts or opinions?
Yeah, I do as it goes. I love the idea and the concept of it. I'm sceptical about AI. Not because I think it's bad or it looks bad. I just don't like the idea of it taking things away from people that are making their living from acting. You know, so that would be my only fears and faults with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes AI, I don't know, can look a little bit too polished.
Yeah, I mean, AI is a funny thing at the moment. I mean, it's a tool that's not going away. I've used it for small things. I don't believe generally in saying to AI, make me a film, and it gets made. I will admit, our theme tune for this podcast was AI.
Yeah.
And I kind of justified that by, when I was first editing this, I was just going through the editing program, looking at just the standard tracks you have in the editing stuff, and I thought, let me just see what AI can make. And it came out with that song that was really good. But even that can be considered an ethical grey area, because if we released that as a single and made like £10 million, which I doubt we would,
it's possible.
The trouble with AI is it learns from other stuff, so there's a good chance if we made £10 million from that song, there's someone out there who might go, hold on, that's my guitar riff, or something like that. So it's but with the de-aging, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because I agree, I don't think it's quite there yet to where it looks great. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the latest, spoiler alert, the latest Alien film. Well, it is a couple of years old.
Yes, yeah.
They bring back the character of Ash, the android.
Yeah.
And although he looks good, as soon as he talks, it looks awful.
Yeah.
So there's still issues with that, I think. Now, my opinion, I've had this for a long time, is I would like to see something like that, but I always thought use the video game as a base, because you've got all the original voice talent, you've even got Harold Ramis in there.
Yeah.
I would drop the line about the rookie, particularly, or the rookie I'd just leave out of it. I would completely change that. And you could bring the surviving Ghostbusters in to redo little voice clips and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to build the story up a bit. And I know there's people that have done that online where they've edited the video game into a movie, but it's not the same because you have video game footage and all that with it, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, as I say, I think it is a real tricky one. There is a lot of, as Darren says, I think it's the ethical side of it with AI. I mean, as I say, I think it will get more polished, and it will become better. I know Skynet goes live in 3 years' time, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're all doomed.
We're all doomed.
And I mean, I suppose they have technically already done that in Ghostbusters of Harold Ramis, but I think the two things that made that work is he didn't talk, and he was a ghost. So I think if they had made him an alive character, I don't think it would have worked at all.
No.
I think because he was a ghost, you've got the glow going around him and all that, I think that probably hid any fakeness looking of it, if that makes sense.
But it's a great it's a great question, Matthew, and I say, like, you know, I don't think either of us are against the idea of giving us some stuff in, like some background of that whole period between Ghostbusters 2 and Afterlife. You know, possibly even as like a mini series on Netflix or something like that, it would work.
Yeah, I mean, we still have no idea what the Netflix thing is going to be. We've only ever really heard rumours of what it's going to be. So maybe that would be the way to go, or even in the comics. I mean, I don't know if you remember, IDW did a comic series set between Ghostbusters 1 and 2, which was very good back in the day. Oh no, so I don't think that was set between 1 and 2. It's called Year 1. So I think it was kind of just there, just some of it might have been set off Ghostbusters 1, I can't remember now. I'll have to go back and reread that. But yes, maybe that's the way to do it. I definitely think I'll definitely want to see more adventures in that time period. It's just how they do it.
How they do it, totally. Yeah. Right, onwards and upwards. Stay
Yes.
Puft.
Yes, so we're going to basically count down from our favourites. So we're going to start with number 10.
This is not going to be like top trumps of Stay Puft, so we'll both have our own views on it.
Yes, and this isn't actually one of my numbers. This is a pillow.
Yeah.
I mainly bought this just because I thought he looked cool on the table, but this was to highlight, again, we were talking about the different faces. I mean, you look at the face on that. If you took away the Stay Puft hat and the body,
painted him green, he'd look like a turtle.
yeah, exactly. You wouldn't ever
Not a
think
ninja turtle, just a turtle.
Yeah, he probably does look more like a turtle than a Stay Puft in reality. But yeah, you would never think that was a Stay Puft if you took away that.
No, yeah. But very cool item all the same. Yeah.
But, do you want me to give me... Oh, I can't talk today. Do you want to give us your number 10 first, Chris?
So my number 10, this is quite a recent item. And this was done by Funko. It's just pretty cool. Whenever I go out to the States with my wife Amanda, we tend to raid the stores and put on all the Halloween outfits and run around like lunatics. You know, I think I've been many things over the years, from a hot dog through to a donut and God knows what else in between. So this is really a large Halloween type mask that Funko did of like one of their Funko Pops. It was really cheap, it's not expensive, it was about a tenner. But I just think it's cool and it's a great item, you know. I love these sort of Halloween-y type things, you know.
That's cool. I mean, it looks like a giant Funko Pop.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a pretty cool item. So yeah, sitting in at number 10 for me would definitely be that one. So
cool. Well, number 10 for me. Well, I've got two things here, really. I sort of count them as one, even though they're separate things. This was from Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
And I bought this when I was over in New York for the first time, which would have been 2019. When I went there, went with one suitcase, and this was the year when Spirit Halloween this is so dusty, I've just realised.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of, because obviously Spirit Halloween are known for their packs, traps and all that. This was the year when they were doing a lot of other stuff, decorations and all this sort of stuff. So I ended up buying another suitcase and we come back with extra stuff. And this is one of them. This is just a candy bowl you'd walk around with on Halloween for people to put your sweets in. It's a plush Stay Puft face. I just think it looks really cool.
Yeah, no, and it's nicely done one, to be honest.
It's a pretty decent version of his face as well, to be fair. I just think it's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
And this plush I've got there as well, and I've got this hanging on a wall, and the plush just sits on top of it. Plush come from the same place, but just those memories from it. So yeah, that is my number 10.
Darren's number 10. Okay.
So
number 9. Okay, so number 9, I think. So I'm moving along. My number 9. I think this cool little guy. I like anything a little bit random, and there was lots of these sort of Japanese type figurines going around. I like the way it was done. I quite like the style of it. He's small, he's easy to display, and he's just a little bit different. It's also very reminiscent of some of the stuff that Disney do, you know, with the Mickeys and things like that, and the Donalds, especially with the. You know, they tend to have the clear ears that are designed, and this one's just got the one covering the little hat. So, yeah. Yeah,
that's cool, and like I say, it's different. And I've got a few things which I don't have on my list, but I've got a Stay Puft buried somewhere that's sort of mixed with an elephant.
Right. Okay.
And I think that was a Japanese thing.
Yeah.
And again, it's just weird and cool.
I like it. And again, I don't think he was very expensive. I think at the time, I think he was about £10 or £15. So, my number 9.
Funnily enough, one of them is one of the things where me and Chris have both done this multiple times, where you buy something or about to buy something and then find it on the shelf, and that is actually a case for me where I couldn't remember if I had it, I was about to buy it, and literally sit on the shelf maybe an hour before
you hit the buy it now button. Yeah. So no, that's cool.
Yeah, but number 9 for me is these. So these are Stay Puft marshmallows from I think they came out in 2016, but they're not associated with the 2016 film. They're classic marshmallows. Now I actually modded this particular bag, but I do have a few bags of these hidden somewhere, because these were the first bag of actual Stay Puft marshmallows I ever had.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was cool. It just seems like it's such an obvious marketing opportunity to do bags of Stay Puft marshmallows, which they have done over the years, but I feel like they've never done it enough.
No, I think for me the first Stay Puft marshmallows I had were the boxed ones. They done a nice boxed version.
Do you know what? I have them. I completely forgot about those.
Yeah. I think that was the
I know
first
the ones
yeah,
you mean, yeah.
That was the
so
first
that's probably
ones.
the first ones I had actually thinking about it.
And that was quite a few years ago, so I'd say well over 10 or 15 years ago I bought those. So.
Yeah, and they come in a very nice box.
They were.
That's one of those things where I wish I bought about 5 of them back in the day, because I do have the box somewhere, and they were very decent marshmallows.
Yeah, they were very, very high quality marshmallows,
But these ones were in the pound shop here in the UK, and so I do have a couple of bags. They've done 2. They've done normal size marshmallows and they've done mini marshmallows. Yeah. Not mini puff thing, because mini puffs weren't a thing at the time. Which I do have sealed. But these ones I actually modded, so I put sound chip in them. The batteries are still working. Somewhere I'll put the button. I can't find. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I did the so I've done that for a display, which I did at one of the Comic Cons, where we had I think I bought the chainsaw mini puff that I made, and I just added that next to it, and people hear the sound of the mini puffs.
Yeah, so, very cool.
Yeah, so that's my number 9.
So number 8.
Did you forget how to count then?
I did. I was going to take my shoes and socks off, but or should I say my Crocs and socks off.
Can we do an episode where we burn the Crocs?
No.
Vote now, everyone. If you want us to burn Chris's Crocs, give us a like.
So, number 8 for me is this guy. Really love him. Great piece, great item. But what makes it special for me is obviously Williams. Bill signed it.
Yeah.
So, it's a money bank. I think they've done these in a few different facial expressions.
In fact, I have one here. My one's a little bit higher up the list, I'll be honest.
Okay.
But, so I've got a happy one. You've got the angry one.
I've got the angry one.
And they also did the orange one. Yeah. I would never have found the orange Stay Puffs. There's been a few of those, and I didn't have them all, but always got what they were trying to achieve, where it's supposed to be as he's exploding. It just never worked for me as a concept. They've done a glow-in-the-dark one, which I think might have been a convention exclusive, and then they've done the burnt one, which has the charred bits.
That's right,
But the, I think the rarer 2 is the glow-in-the-dark and the angry.
Angry, yeah. I think I was just lucky. Picked him up really cheap. I think it was like a little bit of a £20 fine at the time. So sometimes you're just fortunate you're in the right place at the right time and these things come up. So.
And I think facial wise, I think these are probably some of the best representations of Stay Puft that they've actually made. They also done a couple of 24-inch banks, angry and
that's right.
And again, really good items. But I think it was the 12-inch ones that captured the face slightly.
Slightly better,
one thing with these, and I've only ever seen it with the happy one, is you have to be aware there's a lot of knockoffs to these nowadays. Right. And you can normally tell the knockoffs by it won't have Stay Puft printed on the hat, and the colours will just be a little bit off. And the details in the eyes will just look a bit more amateurish, shall we say.
So they'll be showing up on your T-moves and places like that.
And you won't have the copyright info on his feet. So... Yeah, that's just something to be aware of if you're after one of them. Obviously, people are going to have their own ideas on whether they want a knockoff or not. Just be aware, because I think if you're going to buy a knockoff, you should know it's a knockoff. You shouldn't buy a knockoff thinking it's a genuine
item. Yeah. So, Darren, your number 8.
We just.
No,
we didn't just. No, right.
No, I done my number 8.
You done number 8. So it's because I bought this out, I got confused.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, that's not actually my number 8. So I'm going to come back to that later. So my number 8 is this mask.
Oh yeah.
Made by Jotta Star.
Yeah.
These are incredibly fragile.
Yeah.
This one does have some cracks there. I had one of these when I was younger. They do a Slimer as well. But I remember mine was an absolute wreck. I don't think I had it long, and I know we tried taping it. We had loads of sellotape on the inside to hold it together, and in the end it just went in the bin. And likeness-wise, it's a pretty terrible likeness of Stay Puft, if we're going to be completely honest. But I think for me, what puts it on the list is it's more the nostalgia attached to it, and like I'm sure there's a picture of me somewhere as a kid with wearing this with a hood up, so you can't see my hair or anything. You know, if I can ever find that picture, I'll show you. But, yeah, so I think that's my number 8.
I mean, I've got one of these, and I've also got the Slimer as well. And as you say, they are extremely fragile. They all suffer from cracking on the lower part of them, right around the chin area. So yeah, literally you've only got to drop it or literally blow in the wrong direction, and
and I mean, I'd be very surprised if you ever found one without any form of cracking, even if it's a tiny bit. So yeah, if you do get one, just be very careful, and I would hate to sell one and post it.
Oh yeah, that'd be shocking. I couldn't see that getting there in one piece.
No, definitely not. So right, so we are now on to number 7.
Number 7. Okay, so again, I like something a little bit random, and I'm gonna pick this guy. So again, not your normal Stay Puft. So we've got a visible part of his body, as if he's gone through an X-ray machine.
Yep.
And a solid part of his body.
Yeah. And these were made by something called Secret Base, if I remember right.
Yeah. He's obviously carded. He's got his little ring around there and that. And he's Ghostbuster. Again, he's just a little bit quirky, and I really like him. He displays well. Again, you know, with all of us as collectors, space is a premium. So you're always looking, especially something like a Stay Puft, you know, that's their chance to give you something as big as they're going to get, isn't it? So we do have to be mindful about space. But I just thought he's a little bit different. I liked him. And again, I think I picked this one up for about £40 at the time. He was a little bit more expensive, but yeah, really liked him.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I like the base, the packaging base. It's like cardboard cityscape with Ghostbusters written on. It's cool. Yeah. A
little bit of thought went into that. So yeah, he sits there currently at my number 7.
Yeah, nice, unusual item. My number 7 is this little plush. He has faded a little bit, but this is from Universal, from the gift shop. And I do have the Slimer one here as well. Just thought I'd bring both just as a pair. They're cool little plushes, but what makes these particularly rare is they've still got the gift bags that they sold them with, which are basically just basic paper bags, but you've got Stay Puft and Slimer on the front. And I picked these up off eBay, incredibly cheap. I think I paid like a tenner for them, because I think they were just listed as Ghostbusters plush. I don't think people really realised what they were.
I know a certain Mr. Eric Christensen from the Moogly Fan Club would like to get his hands on your Stay Puft. And that's not a euphemism.
Yeah, he's not having my Stay Puft.
Because again, I think like Eric said, you know, it's extremely rare with the bag and that.
Yeah,
you know?
very rare with the
bag.
And
it is funny, isn't it? Because I dare say these turn up and not as much as they should, but it's the bag that's the...
Yeah, it's the bag that does it. I mean, I've often seen the Slimer, I think, and there's so many plush Stay Puffs, sometimes it's hard to tell what one it is, because especially when it's on a plain background, you can't always get the context of how big it is.
No.
So, you know, if you take a picture of it without a tag, you might not realise it's small.
Yeah.
Possibly. But, yeah, I absolutely love it. And like I say, with the bag, just insanely rare.
Yeah.
Right, you're the official counting man.
So, number 6 for me. Okay.
6 already.
Number 6.
Going quick.
These are going fairly quick. We might have to slow them down slightly, but no, number 6 for me. So, this was actually a Christmas gift from my daughter Hannah. Some of you will know Hannah. She does our amazing Janine when I'm out with us with the Southend on Sea Ghostbusters. So these were itty bitty Stay Puffs.
Yeah, these are from Hallmark in America.
Yeah, and again, really nice, great gift. Something I didn't have, and that's always a difficult thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love these.
Yeah, I like the whole presentation of it, like the packaging and everything on them. It's really cool.
Yeah, and as I say, giving us different facial expressions, giving us a burnt one, a smiley face one, a supposed angry one. So yeah.
Yeah, no, they're very cool. They've done a few other things in the itty bitty line, didn't they?
Yeah.
They've done I think a couple of slightly bigger Stay Puffs, although they weren't big. They were just slightly bigger than those. They've done Dana, and I think they've done a box set before Ghostbusters.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a really nice item. So yeah, pleased with that.
My number 6 is actually from Hallmark as well, and this is one of their keepsake things, which I think is more. They seem to come out more at Christmas. These,
yeah,
they are. I guess they're not labelled as Christmas decorations, but
they are. Yeah.
It's too early to talk about Christmas. Should I tell everyone about this?
Yeah, and we need to see it because I've got to be honest. I absolutely love this piece.
This is just brilliant, and it is. It's called Roast Him, and it is Stay Puft walking up the building. Essentially, I don't know if there's batteries in this.
I've got batteries in my one, but
yeah, I don't have batteries. I should have put batteries in this. I apologise, but it's basically Stay Puft. He's climbing up Spook Central. You've got the proton beams blasting him. Just the detail on it, is pretty good. And when you do have batteries in it, it does a proper light show.
A light show and a massive amount of dialogue from the film.
More than you'd expect.
Yeah, totally.
You'd expect 5 seconds of like proton blast or something.
Yeah.
But it really goes on, and it's really cool. Like, I really love this, and just the expressions on Stay Puft's face is being blasted. I think for something so small, it's got so much detail in it. I think it's really nice. Yeah. And I don't think Spook Central gets represented enough in merchandise.
No, definitely not.
I'm trying to think of how much Spook Central merchandise we had. I know we had that bust where you had Stay Puft's head on top of Spook Central, and I guess is that probably about it. I've got
some artwork that they gave out a while back, and it was like Shandor's architectural plans of Spook Central, and a couple of other bits that are really nice. Yeah. But as I say, it's not a thing that is such a pivotal part of Ghostbusters history.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of the only other things that sort of spring to mind is the temple diorama you could build with the figures, but that's just literally the top. You don't see the whole building. I'm sure there's other stuff that I'm forgetting, but I just love seeing bits like that, like unusual as well. Like just the fact it is the building, I think's cool. And on a completely different subject, it's one of the things I like about another Christmas thing. Department 56, I think, is do the library.
Yeah.
And how cool is that?
Yeah, no, it's very, very cool. I know a couple of times you sent me links for those. I don't have any of the Department 56 bits. They have come down in price quite a bit at the moment, haven't they?
Yeah, because I believe they've been turning up in one of the bargain shops in America, so I think people have been buying them to obviously sell on eBay.
Yeah.
Because at one point, I mean, I paid about £150 for my library, and I think that was cheap when I bought it, but now I think you can probably get them for about 100 by the time it's shipped and all that sort of stuff. But because they do the firehouse, I think the only things I've got missing is the firehouse, the Venkman figure, and the Terror Dog.
Right.
I think. They're like Christmas Village stuff, really. Yeah. But I mean, they're not very Christmassy.
Yeah, Hawthorne Village style, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think if you're going to be super negative, the only downside to them is the figures are massively out of scale to it. Like, you want tiny micro machine style figures
to display it. Yeah.
Yeah, but right, so that brings us to the halfway point, I guess, number 5.
Number 5, and I'm hoping I've counted enough to.
I'm starting to wonder. We're going to look really. We're going to get to number 1, and we're going to roll all around stuff.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm okay. Okay, so this piece I actually picked up from a really good friend of mine that had a double. Don't know why I hadn't picked it up at the time, and this was a Comic Con exclusive, was it? At the time?
New York Comic Con. This was. This is when Diamond Select had the license to figures.
So, again, I just love the expression. I love the facial expression. Well presented in the box.
Yeah, and this is the shocked face version of Stay Puft, or Scared Mr. Stay Puft, as they call it. And this was labelled as a real Ghostbusters figure rather than a Ghostbusters movie figure. So you've got the proper purple packaging and all that sort of stuff. And I do really like the packaging on this. I was never really a fan of the Diamond Select packaging as they were released to retail. I wish they were all released like this.
Yeah. No, so nice piece, because again, the beauty of this is you can display this in the box.
Yeah.
You know, which is really nice, and that, you know, saves on the dusting.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just nice to get a different expression of Stay Puft, because generally speaking, it's either happy or angry.
Yeah.
And you do other expressions, and I would have liked to have seen the Diamond Select do that with their money banks, I think.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And talking to money banks, we spoke about this briefly earlier, but the money bank we spoke about is my number 5.
Okay.
And I think we pretty much covered that, so I don't think I can really say much
more about
other
it.
than it's a cool money bank, and yeah, number 4.
Number 4. So as we start to get down these a little bit, it becomes really, really tricky, because it's about what we conceive as our favourites and what's rare. So at number 4, I'm going to go with this guy. Okay. This is an extremely rare item. Have you got one of these in your collection?
I don't have one of them. This company made 2 Stay Puffs and a Pterodog, and I think I only have the Pterodog.
Right. So this is a company called Skudo, Japanese company, made incredible models.
And these were from basically some film coming out.
This was some of the earliest merchandise out there. These meant quite a lot to me. This particular one is a pre-painted figure. So he's pre-painted. I don't know if I can get him out. I'm not sure if he's been out. I think he might have.
Yeah, because the bigger version.
So this one was tied onto a card. So the thing was, what everyone has to understand is when these come out, there was no real concept of the scale of this. So as we'll go down the line later on, as we get closer to the end, I'm going to show you the version of this which really pushed me on my collecting career with regards to Ghostbusters. And in the instructions, or on the side of the box, they show this one as well. And I spent many a year looking for this guy, thinking he was going to be the same scale as the one that I previously bought. But as I say, this is a rare item. These don't come up that often. Be prepared to dig deep into your pockets for that one.
Yeah, you'd be looking at a few £100, I think, for them generally. And of course, when they come out, you know, I think they were mostly like in Japan, weren't they? I think.
Yeah.
And obviously, there was no eBay back then, no internet. So, and I quite like a lot of the Japanese merch because it's stuff. I think even now, sometimes you'll find something that's from the 80s that you never knew existed. Yeah,
I mean, if you get a chance, or you get, you know, go on, you know, Google or whatever you use as you search and type into Scooter, look at the Pterodogs. The Pterodogs are absolutely amazing. And again, back in, you know, we go back in the day, like we're a pair of old farts, but back in the day, I was picking the Pterodogs up really cheap. I've got a couple. They're a really large scale.
Yeah, they are actually 1/6 scale. So I bought mine with the intention of displaying my Blitzway figures. Actually, never got round to Blitzway to box stuff. So that's never. You know,
I picked up a couple to do both versions. To do obviously both. You know, Vincent and Zool. So they are pretty amazing. But so great company. So an attention to detail. Yeah, something else. So. Yeah, that's my big fat number. That was number 5, wasn't it?
4.
4. Number 4. 4. 3, 2, 1. Yes, you're right. 4.
Right. Well, my number 4 is this.
That's actually an amazing marked improvement.
Yeah, I thought you'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I might have to wear this constantly now.
Yeah.
So this is a mascot mask made by Rubies. And this came out a few years ago. They also done Moogly.
Right.
My sister got me this for Christmas.
Yeah, nice.
And when it came, it was all quite squished up. I had to stuff it with pillows and stuff to get its shape back.
Yeah.
But there wasn't many of them about.
No.
They, I think I saw them on eBay. I don't really remember seeing them anywhere else, and I don't know how many they made, but I don't think they made a lot because it's not something you ever really see, and I just think it's a cool.
No,
mask.
it is. It'd be nice if they'd done a suit that held its shape that was like that as well to go with that. That would be really good for cons.
Yeah, because that's the problem with the, I guess the Stay Puft costumes is the suits tend to look a bit naff.
Yeah, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, if you're in one of the inflatable ones, they know you are, but they aren't the quality that you'd like to see, like representing Stay Puft. So.
Yeah, and it would have been nice to have had a suit to match this mask. The one downside to the mask is it doesn't sit very well. It has like a weird strap on inside. You sort of put under your chin, but it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't really sit great. And
might be the shape of your head.
It might be. It might be, to be fair. I think it needs some padding inside. But
Does it really? I'd have thought that was quite tight on you, but yeah, okay.
Well, at least my head can fit in it.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, because it sort of droops downwards slightly. So like at the moment, I can see like here, like downwards and not really forwards.
No, nothing forwards. Yeah,
but
no, really nice item again. That.
Yeah. I'll probably mess my hair up.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so we're down to our final three.
Our final three. Now this is where it gets really, really tricky, and I think personally, me and Darren, when we get to about number one, are going to end up about the same sort of place, you know.
Yeah.
But number three for me was something I didn't ever really think that I was going to get, and I managed to hook a few people up with these. And again, we go back to our wonderful friend William Bryant, and Bill made these Stay Puft marshmallow hands, which were absolutely amazing. I own a pair of these, both the left and the right, and obviously graciously signed this for me as well. But it's just such a cool item. This comes from the man who made Stay Puft and who wore Stay Puft. It doesn't get any better than that. No. Okay. As I say, there's a few of us that have got these. And I know I was like, I felt like some kind of dealer with these because I was running around trying to make sure everybody got them who needed them. So I think I sorted your one out, didn't I, for you?
Yep. So, and mine's more of a slightly yellowy, toasty one. Yours is more of a white one. Again, signed, and this was my number three as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're both on the mark with that, and sometimes.
You see, Darren's lucky because he only has 4 fingers on his hands, so they fit him. Yeah. You know, most normal people need 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get more and just wear them for the winter.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but yeah, I think these are amazing, and he doesn't make these very often.
No,
this was probably the last time he made them.
I brought some back from California with the batch that he'd done. I brought some, I think, for Dan Thrift down at Real Kent Ghostbusters, and David Ray Egan's. I think I got him one and that. But yeah, no, an item that I really covet, like as regards, because it's come from Bill, and
and I mean, before Bill come over for that Comic Con where we got these, I'd seen them pop up on eBay occasionally because he had, I don't know how many he's made in his lifetime, but he didn't make many. No. And they'd always go for just lots of money, and we're talking hundreds. We're not, talking a few quid.
No.
So yeah, I was very happy to have got that. And that was number 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And to be fair, it could quite easily have been number 1. Yeah,
it could have, but I think where we're going with number 1 is where we both sort of, we're both of us, I think there's only one way you can go with it. Yeah. Yeah. So, number 2. Now, obviously we touched earlier on the Tuscuda pre-finished Marshmallow Man, that, as I said to you, that was one of those things that I'd seen, didn't understand the scale of it. Now the reason I didn't understand the scale of it is this bad boy is what set me on my journey collecting Ghostbusters merchandise in a big way, literally.
That is massive.
It is massive. I know you can't see me just above the box.
That's an improvement.
Yeah, it's an improvement.
Get back behind the box.
Okay. But this is an absolutely killer piece. It's a vinyl kit again, unpainted. It's got some cloth pieces in it which go on the hat. It comes with multiple heads to give both the angry and normal expression. And again, this is so well sculpted. It is absolutely incredible. And when I picked this up, which would have been in excess of 25 years ago possibly, it might have been longer than that, I bought this alongside, it would have been longer than that actually, I bought this alongside a Terror Dog. I think at the time I paid about 170 quid for this and a Terror Dog, which seemed like a lot of money at the time, but these don't come up that often.
No, they don't. Actually, as a scale in here, 190 scale.
Right, so yeah, so this is a bit of a beast. I will see if I can just open the box up, because I don't think this one's taped. Just to give you an insight into what he looks like. So here we have like the multiple heads, so that's our angry face, if we can see that at all.
Yep.
It's difficult to see because he isn't painted.
Yeah, generally unpainted white stuff just looks like white on the camera, you can't really tell. But yeah, looks really, really cool. And even the Stay Puft text is like raised up on his hat and stuff. So, yeah, very nice.
So yeah, really, really pleased with this bad boy. But as I say, money-wise now, you're more likely going to drop between £500 and £800 on one of these now. Just seeing, comes with a little instruction leaflet, and build details. But as I say, I haven't, I don't know whether Darren's been looking, but I haven't seen one of these come up for quite a while. So
no, I've been trying to avoid eBay as best I can.
Yeah, but yeah, he's an absolute. I'm just wondering whether there is something somewhere where it did show you about the Terror Dog and that. But yeah, a great item, and in all fairness, normally that would have been my number one, because that's the one that set me on my journey.
Yep.
So.
Right, so my number two is this one, and this is probably, I mean, I consider it one of the best Stay Puft figures ever made. It was made by Bandai or SH Figure Arts, and it's only a small figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is he? Probably about 8 inches tall, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe even a bit less than that. But I just love this. It comes with several heads. So you get the angry head. You get one where he looks a bit in pain from when he's being shot. You've got the shocked expression. I think this was the first time they ever did the shocked face on a Stay Puft. And you know, he's posable. He's got alternate hands. And I just think it, and even the box, I just think he's brilliant. Yeah. I can't say enough nice things about it. I've actually displayed him with a shocked face just for a bit of difference. Although in shops he's actually displayed with a happy face, because that's the main one. But and these go for quite a bit of money nowadays. Yeah. You know, I think I probably paid about 100 quid for this back in the day. I think you're probably looking at sort of 200-300 now. Yeah. And I think, I did see a picture, someone had made a diorama with one where they'd made like a small car and buildings. It looked absolutely amazing. Yeah. And I just think, looks-wise, likeness-wise, I think they got him spot on. Yeah, yeah, he's definitely one of the best ones out there, as you say. I like the on the back here, it shows you the three faces, and we've got the one sort of gazing up as if he's climbing up and looking upwards, and that's a great expression. It's yeah, and it was just, I think it was the different expressions is what really caught my attention then, because you know, back then obviously it was either happy or angry. There was no in between, and it was just nice to get those. Yeah. Obviously we got the scared one earlier, which we looked at. Yeah. That come a few years after this, if I remember. I can't remember what year this even come out. It's all Japanese, so I can't read the date. But yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah, great item. So, number one, and I think we're in the same, same weight here. Just had to get up and reach across now. Obviously, I've not pulled out my original. Okay.
So I pulled out the re-release, but number one is always going to be the Kenner Stay Puft.
And now, for me, this is actually my original that I played with. And it's
cool.
one of the few bits I have, like my actual toys, or most of the stuff I've bought has been rebought over time because my dad sold it at boot sales night. This is actually my original, so that has I covered this one more than the carded one I have.
Yeah.
Even though the carded one's worth loads, this is probably worth what, a tenner with the scratches and marks on it.
It's what it means.
Yeah,
it's the emotional attachment to
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and my nan used to love this as well. She always said it looked like it was reaching out for a hug. So
yeah.
She always liked it. Yeah, and I just don't think you can beat it. I mean, it's what started us all.
Yeah.
You know, I remember hunting with my parents looking for this for ages. I think we found Slimer, you know, somewhere, and then we walked into Woolworths and there was Stay Puft.
Yeah, I think obviously for me, obviously it was the film and that, but buying Ghostbusters toys for my son, and I remember us going shopping around Tesco's, and this was the thing that he reached for and he wanted more than anything, was Stay Puft. You know, and like you look back to then, and then thinking years later I'd be friends and going out to dinner with a guy who was in the suit and had actually made it. That's you know,
crazy.
That's pretty crazy, isn't it? It's yeah. So yeah, I think me and Darren are in 100% agreement when it comes to, you know, the best Stay Puft out there. It's what Ken had done with this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, is it the best, most detailed Stay Puft? No. But it's just the nostalgia of it, it's what started the journey, it's the emotional attachment, there's so many things to it that make it what it is.
There's an interesting story regarding this, and I'm going to have to speak to the person that told me, and again, I think it came at the wrong time, so when I get a chance I'll speak to Joey O'Brien, and I know Joey he'd offered me an early Stay Puft that was basically used as the concept for Kenner to make their one, and I think it was a Japanese toy or a Japanese version. It might have been something like the Tescudo one, which they'd used, and Joey had the actual concept piece and some paperwork that went with it, which was going around the Kenner office, which they used to sculpt this one from. But I'll have to get the full ins and outs of that story, because I'd hate to be telling you wrong. But and I just think at the time, Joey's never unreasonable with his prices, but it was just a case of like I just didn't have the spare cash to add it to the collection. But it was a real interesting piece, because basically it was the start of Stay Puft for Kenner. So it's one of those, kick myself really, I should have picked it up. But
should have done.
Yeah, that's what happens, you know, every now and then. These things pass us by.
Yeah,
you know?
It happens. We've all missed out on stuff we regret. But now Kenner or Hasbro are obviously re-releasing stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, this Stay Puft you've got here is a re-release version, and I think the re-release is actually slightly slimmer than the original.
Yeah.
If I remember right. But what I would love to see Hasbro do is the exact sculpt but 5 times bigger.
Oh yeah.
Like release that.
Yeah, to go something that you could put in scale. Like if Hasbro, if you're listening, you know, Pat, Emily, if you'd done something like a real big Stay Puft that we could use alongside our fire hats.
Yeah, but I think they would sell so quick.
Yeah.
You know, what can I say? I just think that'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would jump on it because, you know, as good as this was, I think back in the day as kids, we all wanted the bigger Stay Puft.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it was...
Just wasn't in scale, was it?
No, I mean, barely stood above the figures. I can't remember how much. I think it was like maybe half an inch taller than the figures. But yeah, you know, because I know there was a plush one, but it's not the same.
No.
You know, but imagine him that. But yeah, but for me, it'd have to be the exact same sculpt. I wouldn't want them to
do
a
don't
more
change
detailed one. Or
you know,
like that.
the only thing I'd say is possibly, you know, you could sell it and it could come in a box and he could have movable limbs, you know, in sockets.
Yeah.
So you could like move the hands up and down and that.
and even like to help with packaging, because obviously the arm width, you know, you can have them removed
and that would help with that. So we've just designed you a toy there, Hasbro.
Yeah, where's our check?
But yeah, I think that would be absolutely incredible. I think, as Darren said, you know, and the other people, in case you're listening, Lego, you've missed out here, because we could have done with a big ass Stay Puft to go with our firehouse, our Lego firehouse.
I can't believe they never made one.
No.
Like, I mean, they did, obviously they did Exo 1 first, and I never thought they would have done a firehouse, and they did. And I'm sure the Stay Puft went on the Lego Ideas.
Yeah, there was
site.
a fan made one,
Yeah,
but it never
I've
came
seen a few
around.
fan made ones over time. Or what would have been cool, because they done the tiny little figure, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was part of that Dimensions game. But Lego done these alarm clocks. I don't know if they still do, but I know they're doing alarm clocks. They did Darth Vader and Spacemen and all. Stay Puft, one of them could have been good, and it's just a giant minifigure.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, it would have been cool. And again, would have sold.
Yeah.
I think.
But obviously we've got later, which is sort of impending any time now. We've got obviously New York Comic Con coming up, with where we're hoping Hasbro will be releasing the Ecto Glow version of Stay Puft. So
yes, I forgot about that. Yes, so it's Ecto Glow. It's going to be interesting because we know that Slime has come in. How are they going to package it? Would it be two of them on the card? Will they come in a similar thing to the Ecto Glows, where it's?
Well, rumour had it that I'd heard, but again, you can't. I might have just actually dreamt it one afternoon while I was having a nap. That it's a 2-pack. So which would be nice because I'd like to see a different card.
Yeah.
And packaged as a double pack. That would be quite cool. Something we've not had and not seen, rather than just an Ecto Glow.
Yeah.
There is obviously another variant on the original Stay Puft, and it's just a card variant.
Yeah, it's the
Kroger.
Kroger, that was it, yeah. I nearly said Kruger, like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. So Kroger were a grocery, I think, like company.
Something like that, I think.
So I'd like to know a little bit more about the tie, and I'm sure somebody, again, might be able to help us out there. I know in the UK, when a company takes over a building, depending on how much floor space they have within the building, they sometimes name the building after them. Now, I know that Kenner's headquarters originally in Cincinnati were in the Kroger building. So, is that why we have a carded Stay Puft that's got the Kroger advertising on the back of it? I don't know. Something I've asked a couple of people about, and no one seems to know. But if any of you absolute fountains of knowledge out there know, please, we'd love to know, because it's one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always good to learn new stuff, and unfortunately, our brains cannot retain all the knowledge we've learned over the year. It could well be something we even read at one point in time and completely forgotten.
Yeah,
which happens a lot now.
Yeah, so every day's a school day. So So I think that just about wraps up our top 10 of Stay Puft.
Just before we go, like and subscribe. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
You can find me at Magic Ghostbuster and Vigo the Cosplaythian over different multiple social media platforms. And Chris,
you can find me on the Spirit of 84 and Surfing on Sea Ghostbusters on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, etc.
There's too many social media platforms.
Too many social media platforms. And again, we thank everybody for participating, watching, sharing the love and that. It's what keeps us doing this. If there's any subjects you'd like us to cover, something, we get a few of you ask for the same thing, then we'll be happy to work on that and do that.
Absolutely. If you have any questions, obviously put them in the comments. We'll do our best to answer those. Might not be the next episode or the episode after, because obviously we are slowly coming to the end of the year, and we'll get very busy Christmassy sort of time and Halloween time. So generally, we'll probably try and record a bunch of episodes for the sort of December period. So if you ask a question mid-December, probably won't get to it till mid-January.
Yeah, but as I say, your sort of interaction with us is really appreciated, and
Absolutely.
So
But well, until next time, I think we are ready to believe you.
The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain. Ray's got a plan, but it's held with tape. Egon's experiments always misbehave. Venkman's flirting, but it's all a account looks like a dried up lake. The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee in a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain. Ray's got a plan, but it's held with tape. Egon's experiments always misbehave. Bankman's flirting, but it's all escape, while the bank account looks like a dried up lake. The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee in a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain. Janine shouting, the budget's toast. Ghost traps buzzing, but we're broke the most. No time to worry when there's a haunting post, but who knew fighting ghosts cost a ton of dough? Take one last job and hope for luck. Cross the streams if we're really stuck. Maybe one big ghost could change our clock, but for now